Hey there, Magic players. Barry White here from MagicUntapped.com and Magic Untapped right here on YouTube. The gentleman next to me, my buddy Joe Kilcard. Joe, do you feel like opening a booster pack?
Absolutely.
Are you okay if it's an older booster pack?
You know I like them all.
Well, then you're going to like this one because this is Alliances that we're going to open up. This was the second set in the Ice Age block.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah, so that's what year? Oh, this is back when they used to put story back here. What does that say?
As the age of ice recedes, Dominaria wakes from its long cold sleep. Its people face a world torn by natural and political storms, and they must now join forces if they are to survive the coming years. For Dominaria, it is a season of struggle, an era of hope, but most of all, a time for new alliances. Join the struggle and forge the future.
You know, I miss when they used to do those little blurbs on the back. And I want to point out, this was $2.45.
When they actually printed the price on the pack.
Right. And yeah, this came out in 1996. So 30 years ago. 30 years ago. Where were you 30 years ago?
I was, in fact, 4.
You were, in fact, 4.
I was still living in D.C.
Washington, D.C. I hear that's a good place to live. All right, well, let's open this guy up. And we're going to start off with an artifact. This is Scarab of the Unseen. And Scarab of the Unseen, as I said, artifact costs 2 mana to cast. And it says tap, sacrifice Scarab of the Unseen to return all enchantments on target permanent you own to their owner's hand. Draw a card to begin the next turn's upkeep. So now, guys, they would return the auras to your hand, and then it still replaces itself.
Yeah.
You know, it's got kind of nifty little artwork there. That's some cool artwork on that.
Reminds me of Journey.
It does look like a Journey album cover, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, let's see. We'll journey to the next card here. What you got there?
Well, this is energy art. For 1 in a blue, it is an instant to untap any number of target creatures. Those creatures neither deal nor receive damage in combat this turn. Wow, that's not too bad. It's a weird kind of fog.
It is. It's a fog where you get to untap. You can even untap your opponent's creatures, or you know what? Two-headed giant. You untap your teammates' creatures. And that didn't even exist back in 1996. Two-headed giant didn't.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, that's interesting. Up next, we have a red card now. This is Gorilla Shaman. Gorilla Shaman costs 1 red for a 1/1 summon gorilla, or creature gorilla in today's terms. And it says XX1, destroy target non-creature artifact with casting cost equal to X. So you have to pay double the casting cost, plus 1. So if you're trying to destroy a 3 costing artifact, 3 plus 3 plus 1, that's 7 mana.
My God.
I think that's a tall order.
That being said, I have seen this reprinted in newer sets, because if you are in fact targeting, say, a Mox Diamond, then it's just one.
It's just one, or really any of those Moxen that can become quite problematic.
Mm-hmm.
Joe, your next card is?
We in fact have some misfortune. For 1 black, red, and green, we have a sorcery that target opponent chooses 1. You put a +1/+1 counter on each creature you control and gain 4 life. Pretty decent.
Not bad.
Or you put a -1/-1 counter on each creature that opponent controls, and Misfortune deals 4 damage to them. The old text is still him or her, but
right,
it's them is always much more flowing.
Right, and pretty cool art there by Ron Spencer, I must say. That does look like quite the Misfortune.
Yeah, and especially because, yeah, they're breaking a mirror after what seems to be them being just knocked backwards.
Or maybe they slipped on that parchment.
Oh yeah, slipping on the parchment.
Either way, we got a skull that's being like yeeted out there.
What? Yeah, because there's some bones there. There's a lot going on.
There's a lot, no bones about it. Up next, we have going to blue. I think our first blue card in this pack. Soldevi Sage, which is blue and 1, summon wizard for a 1/1. Has the ability of tap. Sacrifice 2 lands to draw 3 cards, but you have to choose and discard one of those cards.
You know, it's a pretty steep cost to pay.
I don't know would you sacrifice 2 lands even later in the game to draw? Well, technically you're drawing 2 cards because you have to pitch 1.
Yeah. Honestly, it depends on if it is a sacrificing land strategy, because that actually does work really well.
Is Lord Windgrace in blue?
No.
No.
Unfortunate.
But I see what you're going with there.
Mm-hmm. Like, hey, sometimes just sacrificing those lands just gets better.
Sometimes you just got to do it. Up next,
We in fact have an Errand of Duty. For 1 and white, it is an instant to put a night token into play. Treat this token as a 1/1 white creature with banding.
good old banding.
We all know what it does, right? We don't have to rehash that.
Right, and actually, if you want an explanation, I actually have Matt Tabak explaining it without explaining it. You have to look for that, though, on the channel search.
Yeah. Otherwise, banding is just, when you find a couple of friends and you just, form a band.
Right. And you have to turn it up to 11.
100. It always goes to 11.
All right, next, we're starting white with Martyrdom. Martyrdom, 2 white and 1 for an instant. Until end of turn, you may redirect to target creature you control any amount of damage. Now, this I could see being a bit useful.
Oh, yeah. Especially because it's just that same kind of pariah effect, but just a one-time use of it.
Yeah, for that turn. I mean, Stuffy Doll. Stuffy Doll written all over that.
100%.
Next.
We, in fact, have the Phantasmal Fiend. A 3 and a black, summon Phantasm. That is a 1/5. For 1 black, it gets +1, -1 until end of turn. 1 and a blue, you switch Phantasmal Fiend's power and toughness until end of turn. Effects that alter Phantasmal Fiend's power alter its toughness instead, and vice versa.
So you're flipping it, but you're also flipping what can benefit it.
Yeah, that took a while to grok, not gonna lie.
This is definitely very much a Quandrix type of card, but in black.
And Demir specifically, if we're going on the color
The
identity.
mirror, if you're going color identity with the abilities on that card, and that is just some artwork right there.
Yeah,
That is something else.
Yeah, those are some chompers.
Those are some chompers. Up next, we have a wild. How do I pronounce that? Wild Aether.
I would have thought
Aether. Wild Aether. For a white and 2, summon Aether for a 1/1 with flying and first strike. Why does it have first strike if it's a 1/1, you might ask? Well, for 2 white, you can give it +2/+0 until end of turn, but you can only activate this once because you cannot spend more than 2 white in this way each turn.
Huh.
So it's a 3-drop 1/1 flyer that you can pay extra mana to make it a 3/1 flyer with first strike.
That's not too bad. That's actually would it be? I would think a bomb in limited.
Maybe back then. I don't know so much now, but it could be a gotcha in limited.
Definitely more of a gotcha in limited nowadays.
Yes. Up next, green. Going to green.
We in fact have the Findhorn Druid. It is for 2 and a green, summon Druid, 2/2. If Findhorn Druid is put into the graveyard the same turn it was blocked, you gain 4 life. That's very interesting text, that it needs to die the same turn it blocks.
So it's basically saying it has to
Or it was,
have done combat
yeah.
defensively. I remember playing this card, by the way, because as a young Magic player, I was like, you gain life. That's awesome. Young Magic player brain.
Man, I mean, it's a long way since we've had cards like this.
Yes, it's definitely been a minute. 2 cards left in this 12-card pack. Oh yes, it's a 12-card pack, believe it or not.
Just trying to get that value where you can.
Right. Well, this is also back in the era where 8-card packs were still pretty normal.
Mm-hmm.
But we have going back to white with a Keldorn Escort. Keldorn Escort, 2 white and 2, so a total of 4, summon soldier. It is a 2/3 with banding. Back to banding.
Yep. I mean, now we have just like the Errand of Duty.
Errand of Duty.
And this one, and hopefully they can form that band.
Right. We're going to get the banding back together again.
Absolutely.
All right, and Joe, you have the final card in this pack.
And that is Fevered Strength. For 2 and a black, it is an instant that target creature gets +2/+0 until end of turn. You draw a card at the beginning of the next turn's upkeep.
Good old-fashioned cantrip.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so looking at this 12-card pack, if you were to draft this in limited, obviously, because you wouldn't draft it in constructed, because that's not a thing. But if you're to draft this, what would be your pack 1, pick 1, and what about it do you like?
Wow, that's actually a tough one. but truthfully, I think doing the Phantasmal Fiend would be the pack one pick one, just because it's definitely a good body. And after running through the abilities again in my head, it is that weird kind of gacha and can do a lot of damage if your opponent's not ready for you.
But also you could set up your opponent going, will they, won't they? Should I hold this? Oh, but when they do, I'll just hit it for one. Oh wait, but they never did, so now this card's just dead in my hand. I could see some mind games with Phantasmal Fiend.
And I love these good chaotic mind games.
I love the chaos. Joe, I hope you enjoyed opening this pack of alliances from 1996 when you were 4 years old in Washington, D.C.
Yeah, I mean, hey, sometimes you gotta hook them young. I was not.
And thank you very much for watching. If you enjoy videos like this, please hit that like and subscribe button here on the channel. And, well, you know the rest. Thank you for watching.